Hello everyone and welcome to Guys with Cameras TV News Edition.
News Edition?
Why not?
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Wait, who are you?
I'm Mike Zahora.
I'm Ed Lau.
And this is Guys with Cameras TV News Edition.
We always forget to introduce ourselves.
You want to start from? We can start again.
No, I think we're okay.
Okay. There we go.
Whatever.
So let's get started. First camera is the Nikon D5300. It's going to sell for about $800. It's going to be available shortly. Some websites are saying like around November.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That quick?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's 24.2 megapixels, DX format, CMOS sensor. It has no low bypass AA filter.
Mm-hmm. Shoots
full HD, 1080p, 60 frames a second.
Now, that's impressive. There's a lot of DSLRs that still don't do 1080 by 60, and I don't understand why. I mean, if they had that on the Mark III, I'd be over the moon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah, for $800, there's no AA filter?
No AA filter.
Oh.
24.2 megapixels, and it's got built-in Wi-Fi and GPS.
That's pretty fantastic. I mean, those specs say, well, other than the DX sensor, that says like major competitor in the
exactly. Yeah, that would be like a competitor. I don't know, maybe to the 70D, a little bit lower.
A little bit lower. The 7100 is more of a 70D competitor rather than and the 3200 is more of a rebel
kind of thing.
So what's this? This is kind of in the middle.
It's its own category.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's probably in range with some of the higher end compacts, like the higher end mirrorless cameras. Then, in that price range and specs wise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not much of a Nikon shooter myself. I'm not a Nikon shooter myself, so I didn't really know much about this camera. But
yeah.
Those are impressive specs.
Very
for
impressive
$800
specs.
For $800.
Yes. Yeah. It's actually going to be under 800, like $799,
under $800,
whatever.
Details.
So that's the D5300. Now there's a rumor that's going around from Nikon.
Now, this is something I'm interested in because I think Nikon there's a rumor that a Nikon full-frame mirrorless camera is coming, and it's going to be retro-styled to look like the old FM2 series.
Well, they're actually now saying, with an update, Nikon has put a teaser video out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's called Pure Photography.
Uh-huh.
That's the campaign that they're calling it. The rumors on the camera are it's going to be around $3,000 for the body.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Right? It's apparently not going to have video.
Really?
They're
going to release a DSLR, not DSLR, a camera with no video today? I mean,
yeah.
All cameras do video now.
Well, that's why they're calling it, the Pure Photography camera.
It better be damn good.
So it's got the same sensor as the D4, is what they're saying. This is, again, these are rumors. A pentaprism viewfinder, 5.5 frames per second, and a 3.2-inch LCD, and it takes SD memory cards.
I got no problem with any of those specs. It's just that no video is kind of weird. But let me ask you this: would you rather they make, like me and my friends, we have this argument all the time. Would you rather they make a modern-looking camera, or do you want them to go back to the retro styling?
You know, I've been a photographer since the early '90s.
Yeah.
Right. And for me, I'm used to cameras with knobs and dials and stuff like that.
I agree with you. Yeah.
So, yeah, going through menus sometimes I find it's a little bit convoluted and a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But if you've got a dial or whatever, it's like, oh, just turn this, do this, right?
For me, I just like the way that older cameras look and the fact that when you're on the streets, they're less intimidating.
Yes.
Like when you have my Canon 5D Mark III, people go, whoa, what's going on here? But if you have like a X100 or something, people go, oh, that's a film camera, whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I prefer having an actual aperture ring on lenses.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah.
That with that gone, it's just like, oh my god, now I've got to go into the menu or hit a button, turn a switch or whatever, or a dial, and it's just give me an aperture ring.
This is clearly aimed at as a competitor to this new Sony A7R series.
Without the video.
Without the video.
No, because it doesn't have the video at all. And it's twice, well, not twice, but it's...
But this is what we've been waiting for Nikon or Canon to release a full-frame mirrorless camera.
But this one's not going to be mirrorless, is what they're saying. It's going to have a pentaprism.
It's small.
It's going to be...
I'm okay with it as long as it's small. If
yes.
it's not mirrorless, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it's a small package, not a mirrorless, I guess, so as long as it's a small package that can use, like, Nikon glass... I think that's going to be fantastic.
I think so too, and we just got to wait.
The lack of video, come on, Nikon.
Well, it's still a rumor right now, right? So who knows what's being held back, but the campaign is online. Yeah. If you go to like Nikon's YouTube channel, you'll see the first video by basically a guy in Scotland, and you can see him like adjusting a camera. You can hear like the dial clicks and everything, but they don't actually show the camera.
Do you know what I think the other problem is? If these specs are true, $3,000 for 16 megapixels. I know me and you and most photographers out there will look at megapixels and be like, whatever. But
yeah.
16 megapixels doesn't seem like enough for $3,000.
You know what I mean? We'll have to wait and see.
Like like we just mentioned the Nikon 5300.
Yeah.
Does 24 megapixels and it's only $800.
Yeah.
I know people are going to look at that and go, 16 megapixels is enough.
Isn't it?
For $3,000. I mean,
but the quality that you get out of it.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll have
Who
to
knows?
see.
It's a rumor, so we'll get to that when it's.
We'll get to it. Well, it's a rumor that's going to happen.
Yeah.
We just don't know what the actual specs are yet. So we just have to wait and see.
Let us know, Nikon.
Next one. There we go.
I'm excited about these. I'm a big fan of these Fuji cameras. This is the new Fuji XE2.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it costs. Do you know?
It's going to be $1,000 for the body.
$1,000 body.
And $1,400 with an 18 to 55 millimeter kit lens.
Now, this improves on the old X-E1, which was the mid-range Fuji mirrorless camera, down from the. It's not the X Pro one, and it's a little bit above the XM and XA, whatever those low-end ones they just released are. And the great thing about these is that they have the X-Trans sensor, which gives you a little bit of a more unique look to your pictures.
Well, this is the X-Trans 2 sensor.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure what the big deal is with the X-Trans 2.
It's the next generation.
But X-Trans is really cool. I really like the look of these things, and has built-in Wi-Fi.
Built-in Wi-Fi. Again, does full HD video, 1080p at 60 frames per second. Right, but here's the cool part, and I really like this. It's got a digital split image and focus peaking.
I think that's really cool with cameras like this because you can get adapters with old manual lenses, and having a split prism or split screen and focus peaking, especially with an electronic viewfinder. Oh, amazing! I
think it's going to be just fantastic. Just focusing, right? Because with current cameras, you got these little dots, and you really can't tell if it's in focus with a split prism.
Or even worse, you have your focusing screen is not replaceable like in my Mark III.
Yeah, exactly.
And you get a dark screen every time you put a manual lens on it. But with something like this, I think it looks fantastic too. I love the look of these
especially you're back to the dials and stuff. And just
mechanics are just better, Mechanical things are just better,
So that's the Fuji
Fuji XE2.
XE2.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think this might be the Fuji that I actually buy. I've been looking for a Fuji for a long time now, and I think the X100S, while I love it, it looks awesome, and I've shot on it before. Yeah. I think at $1,100, it's a little expensive for something that's not interchangeable, and you pretty much get all that stuff in this, but this has interchangeable lenses. So I think this is something I'd be interested in.
Well, when you get it, we'll do a review on it.
Cool.
Excellent. So that's it for
us.
Guys with TV. Guys with
TVs.
Okay, so that's it for guys. English as a second language. So that's it for Guys with Cameras TV. I'm Mike Zahora. You can find me on Twitter at Michael Zahora.
And I'm Ed Lau. You can find me on Twitter at Ed Lau.
Thanks for watching.